Hey there guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And in this video we are going to learn about strings. But first let me just quickly tell you what are escape sequences. So for example, if you want to print this, my name is blah, and in a new line you want to print I am 8yo. So C will not work because C doesn't detect enter quite well inside the string. So to print a new line we need something called escape sequence, which start with backslashes, and then after that what you want to escape. So I want to enter a new line. So for the new line the escape sequence is \n, as we have used it quite a lot. There are many escape sequences like \t for a tab space, \\/ to print a backslash. Now if I quote over here, this string this is no more a string because this is technically out of the quote. But if I wanted to print quote I am 8-year-old quote, so for that to print the quotes we have \quotes, \quote. So now it will print that I am 8 year this my name is blah, quote, I am 8 years old, quote. So there are many escape sequences. You can find them on Wikipedia and try using them in printf function to see what they do. And now let's just jump into the string. So this is a string right here, what I have highlighted. This is actually a string because I told you that anything inside this quotes is a string. But what technically string is? As you can see, each of these is a character over here. This is the character which will be actually quote. This is a character, this is a character, this is a space character. So everything inside this is actually a character. So string is basically set of character, and if we want to do anything in set of, say if we want to have set of numbers, we use array. So if we want strings that is set of characters, we use character arrays. So here's our two ways to declare a string. One is this way, which basically means that hello string, or it should simply mean hello. And this is the other way, and as you can see I have not given the size to the array over here. So what C will do is it will calculate this size over here and give this maximum size this to the calculated size, and then just give that to the S1 array and then initialize that. And as you can see I have written this \0 over here. \0 is an escape sequence for the null which we saw in the pointers. So that's \null 0, \0 is equal to null. So this pretty much specifies to the array that the string terminates over here, no need to look forward. Okay, and to print a string we use %s access specifier and the name of the array. So I'll just click, and all this code is in comment, so this won't get executed. This is something I'm going to teach you in future, so just brace yourselves. So this is not that hard, it's easy. So let's just quickly jump into this, and I'll just quickly compile it and show it to you guys. Compile it and run it, and it printed me hello, the food was tasty. And I forgot a new line over here, so let me just enter the new line quickly. Then we compile it again and run it, and now it printed me hello, the food was tasty. So it printed me this, so this is hello, and it printed me this, the food was tasty. If you notice that it didn't print me the null, this \0, because this is the escape sequence which tells that basically the string terminated here, so the %s will not go forward. You can also print these strings like normal character arrays, it's no big deal, or normal arrays by using the for loop. Now let's just get into the taking the input in the string. So I'm just gonna do a scanf over here quickly, %s, and I'm gonna take the input in the in array. Now when you're taking input directly in the array and not in the index of array like n0 or something, you don't need to write and over here, because this basically is giving the address of the starting array itself. So you don't need to write and before this. I'm gonna save it and compile it quickly and run it. So now it's waiting for me to input. I'll say an apple because I ate delicious apple right now. So now that took the input, but now let me just print it and show something to you guys. Just gonna quickly printf %s new line, print my in array, and that's it. So let me just quickly show you again, compile it, run it, and apple. So as you can see inside my in, it only printed and, but what I wanted to give the input is an apple. So the scanf function in C, or pretty much any function in C, considers the space as a terminator. So after my and, it will stop taking the input or more precisely, it will stop giving my input into this in array, and it will wait for me to press the enter to continue the execution from the next line. So to avoid this thing, we use while loops, and we take inputs in one block by the array. So here's how we do it. While I'm going to take a character ch, and I'm going to take that input in this. So I am going to do this. If while ch not equal to the new line, and for the new line we write \n and then I'm going to start taking the input ch. You can use the scanf function normally, but I'm just going to use the getChar function. So what this essentially does is it will get a character from the input and set that to ch, and then I am going to do is this. I'm going to assign that ch to my input I. So for the first time I will be equal to 0, and then I'm going to increment I one by one. You can remove this ch, you can just directly take the input in I, and then you can check this that if in I is equal to \null or new line. So let me just quickly show you and this works. And apple, the day keeps the doctor away. Okay, and as you can see, it printed me that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So what does this do is it gets a character from me in ch. So for the first time it gets the a in ch, gives that ch to in 0, and then increments I becomes 1 now, then checks if this chi input was a new line, which means an enter. No, it was not, it was a. Then it gets me the second character right type, it gets n, so the ch is now equal to n. Then I is 1, remember, so in 1 will now be equal to n, and then I will be incremented, and again it will check if the character I put it was the new line, and then it will keep continuing. Now after the dot I pressed enter, so that basically for C means \n. So it will take the input, \n in ch, and give the in ith value. Say it was 20 for the last thing, it will give in 20 as the new line \n, and then increment I, and then check if ch was equal to \n. Yes, this time ch was \n. So sorry, I said this thing wrong. It checks if ch was not equal to \n, but this time ch was equal to \n, which means a new line. So this loop will terminate, and then it will print me. So because it gave the \n to the in 20, so as you can see, it printed me a new line after this, and then it again printed me a new line because of this. So hence you see that it left one line and it left another line and printed what the console is supposed to do. So that's how you take the input in arrays. So now we will jump into this code, what this code is. So I'm just going to remove this code over here, and I'm going to remove the comments. So string.h header file provides quite handy functions to operate with strings. It provides a string copy to copy one string into the other. So string s2 s1 s2 will copy s2 in s1, String cat combines two strings, so s2 will be added to s1, and then it will store that in s1. So it will also change this, and then string length gives me the length of the string. String compare compares to a string. If they are equal or exactly the same, it will return me 0. If not, it will give me any other value than 0. String char gives me the pointer, or points me to where the character I specified over here starts, and then pretty much gives me everything after that. String str function gives me basically the substring from where it starts, and then everything after that. So I'll just show you. It's better if I compile this and show it to you what it does. So we will just quickly compile this now. So I forgot to save it. And before saving it, I'll make sure that I printed, after str cat s1 is equal to this. So I'm gonna just save it and quickly compile it, then run it. So okay, here we go for the code. So it printed s2, simply the food was tasty. But as you can see, I didn't assign s2 anything over here. What I did over here is I run strcpy s1 to s2. S1 was the food was tasty, so it copied s1 and s2. So now s2 becomes the food was tasty. Then I asked it to print s2, so it printed me that the food was tasty. Okay, so now we do the strcat function, which basically combines or concatenates two strings. So my s3 is but I hate that dish, and my s1 is the food was tasty. So what this str s1 s3 will do, it will print me the first s1, then after that it will add the s3, which is the but I hate that dish. So it will basically change the value of s1 to the food was tasty but I hate that dish, and then it will print me the food was tasty but I hate that dish, because it will return anything over here. So let's just quickly show you. So strcat s1 s3 gives me the food was tasty but I hate that dish, and after strcat s1 becomes the food was tasty but I hate that dish. So strcat will combine two strings and equal that to the first string you inputted. Okay, so let's just go further. The strlen will give you the length of the string. It returns a long unsigned integer, so hence the %u over here. And as you can see, it gave me the length of string 39. If you count it, it will be equal to this. Okay, so now we take the string compare. We compare s2 with s2, so we are comparing two same things, so it will be equal. And if as you know, the string compare returns 0 if the two strings are equal. So we check if string compare s2 equal to 0. That means we are checking if s2 is equal to s2. Obviously s2 will be equal to s2, so it prints out that s2 was equal to s2. Then we check if s1 was equal to s3. So s1 is now this, the food was tasty but I hate that dish, and s3 is but I hate that dish. So these three strings are not equal. So instead of running this, it prints me else that s1 is not equal to s3. So as you can see, it printed me s1 is not equal to s3. Now the strchr function, I have checked that give me this strchr in s1, find the character f and give me everything after that. So it will find the first occurrence of the character f and give me everything after that. Now as we know, now our s1 is the food was tasty but I hate that dish. So the first occurrence of the character f is over here, so it will give me this and everything after this. So as you can see, I printed the %s and strs s1f. So it printed me f in s1 because I gave it over here. F in s1 is at food was tasty but I hate that dish. So it gave me the character I was looking for and everything after that. Similarly, the strstr, instead of checking the character, it will check the whole string. So over here it gave me that this is the output of the function. Food was tasty but I hate that dish. So I was looking for food was, so I printed that a food was in S1 is at. Food was tasty, but I hate that dish. So this is pretty much string.h and how you can use strings in C. Basically what's going on over here is we are using the character type arrays to make a set of strings and make them as sentence or strings. So this is pretty much it for today's video. You learned quite a lot. Experiment with this code to find stuff out, and it will help you guys. If you have any doubts, please leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.